Hello, this is Peter Marzano with Big4Sports.com, and today, with baseball almost a month into its season, I'm going to give you 5 teams that have surprised people with their success, 5 teams that have surprised people by not being successful when they were supposed to be. Now, obviously, in April, it's really hard to tell who's going to be the team that's going to win the World Series, or even make it there, or even make it to the playoffs. Nobody can tell what's going to happen within the first month of a season that lasts until the end of September. So therefore, it's very hard to make predictions right now, even with slow starts with some teams that are supposed to be very good. But there are 5 teams in the MLB that come to my mind that really have excelled more than what we thought they would, and the first team that comes to my mind when I think of that is Boston Red Sox. Coming out of the gate with a 15-7 record, this team was definitely not supposed to be this good so far. Red Sox have struggled quite a bit, and finishing 69-93 last year, it seemed that they really were not going to be this good this year. Now, obviously, things can still happen, but the Red Sox have been getting contributions from players all around the board. Whether it's Mike Napoli, who's leading the American League in both doubles and the majors in RBIs, we have to see that he's a big part of what's making the Red Sox successful. You're seeing Jacoby Ellsbury return to his 2011 form, and you're watching Dustin Pedroia play the way he did in his MVP year in 2008. That's a lot of what's making the Red Sox great, not to mention Clay Buchholz and John Lester are together undefeated in starting pitching. So that obviously makes a lot of sense on why the Red Sox have 15 wins already. But at the same time, are they going to stay this consistent? Time will tell. But we do know that through the month of April, they've been doing quite well. And another team to mention is a team in that division, and perhaps the Red Sox' most hated rival, the New York Yankees. They have come out of the gate playing against a lot of adversity and have been very successful doing so. Now, when you look at the Yankees, you're looking at a team that's missing all of their stars. You have no Derek Jeter, you have no Mark Teixeira, you have no Curtis Granderson, you have no Alex Rodriguez, and you really don't have any starting pitching either. In the Yankees, find a way to get around it. With CC Sabathia pitching great, being the ace of that staff, and with Robinson Cano really leading the New York Yankees here, you see that the Yankees are still able to field a competitive team year after year, and that is what is incredible about the New York Yankees. They're not at the top of the AL East. They're in 3rd place, 2.5 games behind the Red Sox and a half a game behind Baltimore at 12-9, but they're still playing good ball. They're still finding ways to win ball games, and not to mention, you got a guy like Andy Pettitte, who's 40 years old and is still playing like an all-star, and not to mention Mariano Rivera, all-time saves leader, future Hall of Famer. He's at the top of his game, and he's 43. That is what's making the Yankees a competent team to this point. Will reality catch up with them? Maybe, but through April, they're looking stellar. Now, on the other end, with teams that we didn't think would be all that great, why don't we look at the team that's possessing the best record in baseball, the Atlanta Braves. And while the Braves have been struggling a little bit as of late, losing 3 out of 4 to the Pirates, we have to look at what the Braves have been doing so far this season to make this judgment. The Braves are 15-6 right now, holding a .714 win percentage, and they have everything going in their way. You have a guy like Justin Upton, 11 home runs already, by far leading the major leagues, and his brother B.J. Upton is playing like an all-star as well. Your starting pitching is doing great. Tim Hudson, knowing how to play baseball, he may be 37, but he's still finding a way to win games. That's what's making this Braves team so important. Jason Hayward, while he just got placed on the DL, was playing a great part in the Braves prior to that. So really, Atlanta, who's at the top of the NL East, ahead of both Washington, Philadelphia, and New York, who's actually been playing above their expectations, Atlanta is looking like the team that may win that division. And it doesn't surprise me that much because we knew that Atlanta was going to be a great team coming into the year. We all assumed that the team that was going to be better would be the Washington Nationals. Not the case. The Braves know what they're doing. They've had a great season so far. So, on the other end, let's look what's happening with perhaps another team that's playing above their expectations. And it seems that every year they're having good starts, but why not throw it out there? The Pittsburgh Pirates. They are playing some good baseball right now. They're 13-9. They've been beating the Braves. They've been beating the Phillies. They're finding ways to win ball games. And this is with their number 1 star, Andrew McCutchen, not really performing to his potential so far. If you get McCutchen to start hitting again, you got guys like Gabby Sanchez who are hitting the ball. You got pitching. A.J. Burnett's starting to play really well again despite his age. The Pirates are finding ways to win ball games, and they're right now only a half a game behind St. Louis. If they can find consistent play, the Pirates will have their first winning season in 20 years, and that is something that they really need to boost that franchise back up. And finally, one team that's been playing above their expectations, leading the National League West right now, the Colorado Rockies. You have to bring them up. So the Rockies, 14-8 so far, 636 win percentage. They're 9-3 at Coors Field. They are playing great. And what's making the Rockies so good so far is their hitting. We knew they would have a good lineup, but we always forgot about Troy Tulowitzki coming back. Not only did Tulowitzki return, he's playing outstanding. He's playing like he did before he got injured last year. So you have one of the best baseball players in the league, arguably, playing at his best. You have other guys like Carlos Gonzalez who are able to come in and give those contributions that you need. You have their pitching outperforming themselves. The Rockies really look like a complete team right now. Maybe reality will set back to them. Maybe the Los Angeles Dodgers, who really haven't been performing all that great, maybe they catch up to them. And the San Francisco Giants are defending world champs. And even the Arizona Diamondbacks. But the Colorado Rockies have something unique about them. They're able to find ways to win ball games that really are not typical. They have all the hitting, but they're having everybody outperform themselves. They're finding the chemistry that they need, and they're making themselves a competent team. The team that made it to the World Series in 2007, the team that made it to the postseason in 2009. Those are the type of teams that the Colorado Rockies fans like seeing, and that's why this team really is, I think, for real. So those are the 5 teams that I think are up there as far as doing really well at the beginning of the year. And I'll have the 5 teams that haven't been doing so great through the month of April next. Thank you.